Hello and welcome to the 2019 NCAA Honors Celebration Awards announcement. This celebration is held annually at the NCAA convention in January, where the association will present the Theodore Roosevelt Award, the Silver Anniversary Awards, the Inspiration Awards, and today's Top 10 Awards. The Theodore Roosevelt Award is presented annually to a distinguished citizen of national reputation and outstanding accomplishment, who also competed in collegiate athletics. This year's awardee is Lieutenant General Robert L. Caslin, Jr. Lieutenant General Caslin is the former superintendent of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. He also is a West Point graduate, where he was the captain and two-year letter winner for the Army football team. The Inspiration Award is presented to a coach, administrator, former or current varsity letter winner at an NCAA school who, when confronted with a life-altering situation, used perseverance, dedication, and determination to overcome the event, and now serves as a role model to others. This year, the NCAA is recognizing two individuals, Shaquem Griffin and Maggie Nichols. Shaquem, a former football player and human communication major from the University of Central Florida, had to have his left hand amputated at the age of 4. He refused to see himself as disabled and proceeded to earn a football scholarship to UCF, where he received numerous awards through his 4 years at the school, and was eventually drafted in the NFL to the Seattle Seahawks. Maggie, a junior gymnast and business major at the University of Oklahoma, became the first known gymnast to report the sexual abuse perpetrated by Dr. Larry Nassar. Her bravery in reporting the abuse to her gymnastics club coaches led USA Gymnastics to start an investigation, ultimately uncovering the years of abuse and bringing the perpetrator to justice. Maggie now uses her platform to help educate younger athletes on keeping this kind of abuse from ever happening again. The Silver Anniversary Awards recognize 6 distinguished former student athletes on the 25th anniversary of the end of their collegiate athletics eligibility. The 6 awardees are Colonel Tim Cullen. Tim is a former fencer and astronautical engineering major from the U.S. Air Force Academy. Next is Mia Hamm. Mia is a former soccer player and political science major from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Next is David Hirsch. David is a former wrestler and applied economics and business management major from Cornell University. Next is Lisa Leslie. Lisa is a former basketball player and communication major from the University of Southern California. Next is Heath Schuler. Heath is a former football player and psychology major from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And finally, Jason Veritek. Jason is a former baseball player and management major from the Georgia Institute of Technology. The Today's Top 10 Awards honor 10 outstanding senior student athletes of the preceding academic year. The top 10 are: first, Amma Baini. Amma is a former basketball and softball player and management engineering major from Worcester Polytechnic Institute. Next is Andrea Bryson. Andrea is a former swimmer and chemistry major from St. Cloud State University. Next is Javon Carter. Javon is a former basketball player and sport management major from West Virginia University. Next is Lucas Kalizak. Lucas is a former swimmer and human performance exercise science major from the University of Alabama. Next is Allison Lindsay. Allison is a former cross-country and track and field athlete and political science and French double major from Washington University in St. Louis. Next is Alex McMurtry. Alex is a former gymnast and applied psychology and kinesiology exercise physiology major from the University of Florida. Next is Keturah Orji. Keturah is a former track and field athlete and financial planning major from the University of Georgia. Next is Ben Reeves. Ben is a former lacrosse player and molecular, cellular, and developmental biology major from Yale University. Next is Kyle Snyder. Kyle is a former wrestler and sport industry major from The Ohio State University. And finally, Julia Wilson. Julia is a former swimmer and neuroscience major from Kenyon College. Congratulations again to these outstanding honorees. And make sure you watch the live awards presentation on the NCAA's Twitter feed on Wednesday, January 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern.